When Richard heard what sounded like someone breaking into his house, he immediately loaded his revolver. By the time he reached the living room, he came face to face with the intruder. Richard couldn't believe he had just killed someone. Not long after the police arrived at the scene, the sheriff confirmed that the thief was a wanted criminal and reassured Richard not to panic, telling him it was just self-defense. Richard was asked to go to the station to give a statement. Back home, Richard and his wife collapsed on the floor staring at the bloodstains on the wall. Little did they know this incident would completely change their peaceful life. The next day, Richard decided to visit the cemetery, but suddenly a man appeared by his car. Richard recognized him as Freddy's father, and what the man said next shocked him. Richard immediately rushed to pick up his son from school. He wanted to ask the police for protection, but the sheriff told him there was no evidence to warrant it. After leaving the station, Richard brought his family back home. As soon as they got to the door, they noticed the lock had been tampered with. He told his wife to take their son to the police station to file a report while he went inside to check. When he reached his son's bedroom, he found a bullet and then a doll with its eyes gouged out. This was enough to confirm that they were being threatened. The sheriff decided to send a team to secure the house. The following evening, Richard went back to the police station. He saw the sheriff putting the suspect in a car, and Richard decided to follow them. They arrived at a set of railroad tracks where they threw the man onto the tracks, making it look like he had been drunk. Before Richard could even process what was happening, a train was approaching. After a brief hesitation, Richard decided to save the man. The two men, who had now realized they were being manipulated, met at a cafe. The man introduced himself as Russell, a retired soldier. To get to the bottom of the truth, Russell asked his former comrades to help investigate. Upon arriving in Houston, Sam suggested the best way to confirm things would be for Russell to call the man directly. Russell was devastated after learning about his son's crimes. The next morning, Richard was woken up by gunfire. At that point, Russell had made up his mind to personally deal with his son. He figured it was better to take matters into his own hands and send this devil straight to hell. Russell's plan was simple. He intended to kill all the scum involved. Richard, now back home, had a change of heart. He decided to team up with Russell to rid the world of these criminals. Once they were prepared, they began their operation. After entering the house, the three split up. They heard a woman's cries for help. After rescuing her, only Freddy was left. But because Russell hesitated, he gave Freddy a chance to fight back. Russell told Freddy that he was his father and that it was time for him to face justice. After dealing with Freddy, Russell broke down in tears. The three of them helped the woman out of the house, and Richard set the place on fire.